the Richardsons at Walker's. When I say that, the brand new Richardsons at Walker's Farm, we're going to be talking about all the things they have here, and I'm talking about a lot of things. Tim Qualls along with Kevin Powers. We're also going to catch up with Lindsay here and get some questions answered. So if people come on here, because there's always people out here to help you when you're shopping for flowers or shrubs or trees, whatever you're looking for. And we're also going to go into Bird and Barrow. When I talk about that, that's where I do a lot of shopping when I go to Richardson's.
Yeah, I'm a convert too. That's a great store. It's got amusing and amazing things for your backyard, for your front yard, for your house, for your inside, for your outside. It's great.
Yeah, and then of course then you add the birds to it, and it makes a lot of fun because I mean they've got a lot of things for the birds, but just decoration, yard decorations themselves, pots to put some of these in if you'd like to. And when I say some of these, because this is the time of year when shrubs and things are coming into play, and this is a good time to put those into the ground. Am I correct?
It is. It's the time that blooms are coming. It's good to get them in now, get the root base established for the season.
You don't know what you're talking. I know somebody that does. I'm going to go over here and talk to her. Let me introduce Lindsay. How are you?
Doing great.
Well, I should say, let me reintroduce you because we've been doing this for a long, long time together. I mean, when you're talking about Richardson's and the product that comes, your dad started the business way back when. This is just more showing what he can do and his expertise. I mean, you got some gorgeous things we're going to talk about today.
Absolutely. We're going to show some items that will be easy and maintenance-free for the customers and just things that can beautify your garden.
Yeah, we're going to get it started off. Now, we were talking as I came up here because you were explaining some of this to me. Now, what are we looking at here? What is this?
Correct. What we're showing here is a nice assortment of shrubs that you can accessorize your yard with that can give it that very professional look without a lot of effort. What we really want you to notice is the contrasting colors of not only the flowers that are here, but the foliage, because most shrubs or perennials only have a short blooming time, so you really have to rely on the contrast of the foliage to bring that yard to life and really draw color into maybe pockets of your yard that don't have any color. So if you look here, starting on the front row, we've got spirea going up into Weigela on the second row, hydrangea, which will put out a beautiful bloom all summer if you select the right variety of it. We go into another variety of spirea, which is great to even put next to another spirea of a different color. We go back in here to a 9-bark. It's beautiful flower on that. I don't know if you can see the soft detail on that. Next to that, we also have a butterfly maple.
And when you say that, because I'm looking at that, and I'm going to help my cameraman just in case he doesn't know that green one right there, a butterfly maple. Did I pick the right one, first of all? Because I'm thinking I know it.
Absolutely. I think you know exactly what we're talking about over here.
Yeah, when I say that, I mean, that's just absolutely, that kind of reminds you of the maple, but it's in the green, if you would.
Yes, absolutely, and that paired up with this red split-leaf maple over here could even provide a neat, interesting contrast in an area of your yard where you just want to deal with some sort of tree as opposed to a shrub or a perennial.
Well, see, that's why I get Lindsay. See, now contrast in your yard.
I would have said the same thing.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you guys are so good at this, I'm going to let you do some more of it, but I want to remind you once again where we're located, because this is the brand new location. You've got to be excited about what you've got going on here, and we're going to talk to you throughout the show here. But I want to remind folks, location-wise, right there in Hocassin on the old, I guess that's, I wanted to get the right, Lancaster Pike there?
Sure, it's 1082 Old Lancaster Pike. We're directly off of 41, the road that runs parallel with that.
Yeah, and when you're talking about that, so when you get to Hocassin, then Kevin, you explain it better than anybody else. You do a lot of things here.
Well, I live here, yeah. So it's straight up from Six Poppers, which is the old hardware store that everybody knows about, and just down from Happy Harry's.
And it's the Richardsons at Walker's Farm.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so I know Kevin's changed his way of shopping already because his wife is excited about what you have here, because you have a lot more here to offer as far, but you've got the property to set it up and display it. That's what makes it so nice. I mean, when I say that, you're more heavily into the shrubs and things.
Absolutely. This property gives us that opportunity to showcase items and more variety for our customers. We have the space available here. We can show things more in groupings and settings to show how they can be used in the yard. It's fantastic. We're so excited to be here.
Yeah, and I just love coming up here and just strolling through the gardens. And if you guys can stroll with me, I'm going to stroll right over here if we can, and just get that camera roll on those small rose bushes right there, Frank, if you would, and just showcase those just for a little bit, because we talk about that. Now, this is somebody like me, because I'm not a real heavy gardener. I'm trying to raise outside plants, and maybe I some on the inside without killing those too. But when you're talking about maintenance free, kind of.
Pretty much. This is what's called a knockout rose, and the beauty of this rose is that it's practically disease free. The way it's been bred is to be disease free, maintenance free to the degree where you don't have to cut the blooms off. The plant's going to do it for you. It is also a plant that won't get out of control. It's only going to get about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. It's going to get about 4 feet wide. It's beautiful. It's a customer favorite right now, and we just absolutely adore the colors that we have available.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there and I'm looking. I thought it was all one color, but as I'm looking there, and as you are in the lens too, at the bright red, especially with the one right in the middle there of the of it all, same type of plant, I guess. Am I looking at the same type there?
That one's a little bit different. That's actually a topiary rose, which is still a pretty easy plant to manage, but you are going to have a minimal maintenance with that. You just want to cut down the blooms as they go past and just maintain that shape, and that's a great rose bush for a container, especially for a patio or a front porch.
Yeah, because I want to bring that attention. It's not just these. They've got your traditional rose bushes as well, I'm sure. I mean, when I look around here, there's anything and everything that you want to get into landscaping, you now can at Richardson's, right here at the Richardson's at Walker's Farm.
Absolutely. Now is the time. It's the big kickoff of the season to start finding things before your neighbor does.
Yeah, and if you just look behind us here, Frank, if you would, as I look at this, I love this area as you come in right here as you enter, and it kind of gives you an idea what we just got through talking about, a lot of the same things, and then you add into, because some other things that people didn't realize. Rick, you're having a lot of people come up here and say, hey, we didn't realize you carried annuals and perennials both. I mean, and you do.
Well, I think our customers are starting to recognize we're seeing the need for more variety in shrubs and perennials, and we're answering that need, and we're hoping that once they step foot on the property, they will see that.
Yeah, and there's so much more here, and I want to get back over here and talk about some butterflies flopping around.
Yeah.
When I say that, they're everywhere. I mean, when you get over here into this area, because we kind of scattered them off when we come into this area. We'll talk about butterflies in a minute, but you are really excited, Lindsay. But you were telling me about this. I kind of got excited about what you can do with this. Tell us about it.
I really love this plant here. It's called Itea. It is wonderful for our area. Not only does it have almost a native Delaware look, it is a plant that will provide good shelter for birds in our area as it grows a little larger. It has a wonderful, fantastic bloom that comes down. This will turn into a really nice white plumage. And then in fall, it has a brilliant show of a really deep red and burgundy color. It's fantastic for areas that are really wet and moist. It's actually been used in projects for soil retention if you're having erosion issues due to wet soil.
I'm thinking right there, before you get there, because I got my questions first, but I'm like, so you can stay with me here, Kevin. I'm looking at that. There's a ditch in my backyard right there. It's would that be good or what? You know, so you can put that, I guess direct sunlight, shade. What?
It's going to do well in just a wet condition. Plants like this, you usually want to have at least a half a day of sun. But it can do well in really wet soil, which is tricky because there aren't a lot of things that you can do that with in our area.
Yeah, and so I mean that's absolutely gorgeous, and like you said, I'm looking for the bloom. But I'm more excited about it turning that deep red that you talk about in the fall season too.
I was wondering how big it would get, how much space is it?
Very good. That's why I got you out here.
It's going to get larger, but if you'd like to maintain the shape of it, you could trim it down. We just always recommend that you don't trim anything down with a bloom on it until after the blooming is complete. And don't wait too long because you might risk that bloom next year.
Yeah, so it's kind of like some other plants out there. You got to be careful with the blooms. But this is one of my favorites. Easy. Now you talk about maintenance free. I mean, this is kind of just plant it and watch it go.
This is pretty much it. This is butterfly bush. It will be in bloom another few weeks here. It gives off a brilliant scent. It's absolutely sweet as anything. And what this is going to provide for you is a natural plant to bring in hummingbirds and butterflies. It'll be butterfly city when you plant this in your yard and it's in bloom. Virtually maintenance free, meaning you just have to cut it back. That's it. Let it go.
If you don't, because it keeps on going and
going.
Well,
I'll tell you, we have one in the backyard that gets to be about maybe 8 feet tall, and you whack it down so it's just about 2 inches tall. And then next season, it's back to 8 feet tall.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing about them. They just keep on going, and they're virtually maintenance-free, and that's what we're kind of featuring in today's show. A lot of things that are maintenance-free, but as I get back here, I just want to make mention, because we talk about shrubs and things like that, but on this back line here, there's a lot of trees. You got different trees that you can look at, too, here at Richardson's. I'm looking down there at the very beginning of it, the red one. That's a Japanese maple, of course, the same thing I have sitting in my front yard. So, anything and everything that you're looking for, and as you look out down through here, I mean, there's just so much of it. It is unbelievable. And there's a couple more questions before we get out of here that I want to ask Lindsay. Everybody likes roses, and we talked about it earlier. These are your traditional roses and how gorgeous they look right now.
Absolutely. There's a huge host of color here, and what a way to dress up a yard. I don't know anybody that doesn't take the time to smell the roses. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Now it's your turn.
Smell them.
Yeah, but remember, it's nice when you have these, Kevin, especially you, because when you come in and you're, the sun's already down, dinner's over with. You can come out and clip your own dozen, before you get inside the house. So if you plant right, but just easy. Once again, it's a little bit of maintenance, but not a lot of maintenance with rose bushes.
Not really. The only thing you're going to want to watch out for with roses is just the preventative care. There are gentle sprays that you can use even at the beginning of the season to make sure you don't have any problems with bugs. A lot of customers get a little intimidated because they know that roses are bug prone, fungus prone, and mildew prone. There are things you can do beforehand, so that way your maintenance is limited to trimming the buds back, enjoying them indoors, and just making sure that that's ready for fall when you're finished.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the colors this time of year.
Oh, it's an amazing thing. Like some that are already out and the little buds that are going, and just color. You could do a whole backyard with this.
As we make our way, because we got to get to this other area, Kevin, you were interested. What are these?
They're called foxglove. I was just informed. I thought they looked like a snapdragon, but they're foxglove, and I understand that you plant them once, they look good in multiples, and you just make a run of them. They come back every year, and they look beautiful in your yard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what a great way to build borders. I mean, around your yard, as far as around your pool, things like that. Because Kevin's got a pool, but we, for those that can afford to. But I'm in an area I love this. I really do, Kevin. I mean, when you come in here, because this is color. I'd love to get my yard looking like this, and I can. I mean, what are we looking at in this room?
Basically, in this front greenhouse, you're looking at a lot of perennials, which means that they come back every year. Perennials can provide a lot of showy color, but also showy foliage throughout the summer in your garden. Most perennials are going to be pretty easy. You just cut the blooms back when they're finished, and then cut the plant down in fall when you're finished. We also have potted plants that can just get set out onto the patio, and we are getting ready to look at some annuals that go right into the ground.
And I want to make hanging baskets throughout the entire place too. As you look above you there, just a little bit, Frankie, all the hanging baskets throughout. But then as you get down through here, I mean, this is it just blows my mind what you have here at Richardson's at Walker Farm. That's where you're going to find this. As you come down into the lower part of it, it just goes on and on. I mean, look at the gorgeous colors in here. It doesn't get any better. I mean, I could spend a couple of hours just walking through and looking at going just looking around, because there's so much of it. You guys do such a fantastic job on personalized, like these flowers over here. If you're looking for those gifts for people, I want to remind people, you don't have to go to a florist. You guys are pretty much a florist. You have a lot of that put together already.
Absolutely, and something nice about a pre-potted container like this is it saves time for our customers. If they just don't have those extra few minutes to do it, it's already ready. Your friends are going to love it. It's going to look like you spent a lot of time on it.
Kevin's scaring me here, because I know these things. When you plant them, they come back every year. They keep getting bigger. They are. Oh no, they are great. I'm telling you, they're absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen it. I've never seen the array of colors that you have in your hand there. But this comes back. Am I correct there?
Actually, this is celosia. It will bloom throughout the summer. It won't come back. You may have an odd one come back here and there. But the cool thing is you get that color and that softness and texture in the garden. It's just something else.
It wasn't what I thought it was. They're like
they're the things at the studio, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, those things keep on growing. But we got so many of the plants in here. I don't care what you're looking for. If you go to decorating your yard, inside your house, in a sunroom, whatever you've got the product right here at Richardson's. And once again, I want to remind everybody, that's Richardson's at Walker Farm in Hocassin, right off Old Lancaster Pike. Well, the best way, for more information, just pick up the phone and give you a call. The number's on the bottom of the screen there. But this is, once again, just absolutely gorgeous. This is the Richardson side of it. We're not finished. If you're looking for flowers, that's one thing. But if you're looking for yard decorations, feeding the birds, I love the birds. You got me hooked on this so much. I mean, because your store down on the Kirkwood Highway, I want to remind everybody about that. And now this expanded version of it up here, it's spectacular.
Correct. We're having a ball up here. The grounds totally commanded this type of business to stay in place, and we're just really, really happy to be here.
And when I say that, I'm talking about Bird and Barrel, and when I say that, I'm talking about what a great concept you guys put together when you put this. I like the bird side of it, and let's talk about that before we get into the other stuff. I mean, the other stuff is great because I'm adding that to my yard, too, as we go. But the bird side, anything and everything when it comes to feeding and knowledge about the birds.
Absolutely. When we started out with Bird and Barrow, we just believed it was a perfect marriage to go along with our garden centers. It makes the most natural sense. People that are going to spend time in the garden want to have birds come to the garden. We're here to assist our customers with that, whether it be through bird feeders, assisting with the right plants. bird houses everything. We're full.
Kevin, I hate to interrupt you. Kevin had a question for you because you said plants, and you asked, well, what was the question?
Oh, the plants that will actually bring birds to your, I mean, butterflies, yes, but hummingbirds I love. And so if there's plants that you could plant around that, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. We actually can assist and guide customers to the right plants that we have next door to ensure that they're creating perfect, safe environments for the birds that might come to your yard, as well as food sources for the birds that might come to the yard.
Yeah, and you guys educated me so much. I mean, I've got my yard filled with birds now in different types. We talk about it. I don't get to see you as much. I go to the one on Kirkwood Highway. But if you're looking, and I tell you, I said it last time, you owe it to yourself to come up here and see the selection. And remember, I guess it doesn't matter what you have here. You get the same thing there. So if you see something on TV, just stop and see the girls down there. But the selection you have here is spectacular.
Yeah, this location gives us an opportunity to just showcase more items that we have available to us. We take great pride in being able to special order items for our customers and ensuring that they're getting what they want and not just settling for a product they find on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I bought so much of it. I think I paid for half of this thing to be no, but it's
Judy made a nice donation last week.
Yeah, but when you get hooked, because I'm telling you, if you're going to get into the birds, you're going to get hooked because there's nothing we enjoy more, the wife and I, than sitting there in the mornings and looking at the different birds, and in the evenings as well as we draw different ones, and you got the different feeds and the different feeders to lure them up with.
Absolutely, and what we found and what we discuss with our customers is that life is just so fast these days. And this is a hobby that can provide even 5 minutes of pause, 10 minutes of pause. Just the enjoyment that can provide by seeing what we live amongst every day out in our yards is brilliant.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and then the other things it draws up to it with the hawks and stuff that come around, just spectacular. But you have a nice. What's nice about here is you can actually see it in play right here because you got that great deck out back, so you get some ideas on some of these decorations on the outside as well as what you can put into. Take these outside or inside, either which way, but out there on that deck is just gorgeous.
Absolutely, and one thing that provides for us is that our customers can see items in use and see what types of birds they can attract to their own yard just by enjoying the yard that we have out back and the types of birds that we're drawing to the feeders that are set up out back.
And it's spectacular. Once again, I want to remind everybody we're located at Richardson at Walker Farm. That's located in Hocassin. Is it
Lancaster Pike in Hocassin?
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm always saying Hawkinson but it's Hocassin right here on Old Lancaster Pike. Everybody knows about it. They grew up in this area because this was such a magnificent farm over the years. Now it's even the color that you guys are bringing to it with the Richardson side of it, and then you talk about the collectible, getting into the not collectibles, but
it is collectibles. I mean, I know a lot of people that go for sundials or the different kinds.
Wind chimes.
Yeah, wind chimes. You are a fan. My wife is a fan of wind chimes.
My neighbor's not.
That's why we like them.
I want that big one she has over there in Richardson thing too. When they talk about that, the flower side of it, the Bird and Barrow here. I mean, just a fantastic place. Just come up and say hi and just get educated a little bit, especially kids, because they'll enjoy this. We got an opportunity to hit it right at the right time of day. Had the deer out back and all that one time, so you got a lot of things happening here.
Absolutely, it's truly a nice shopping experience for our customers. It's a pleasure to be here serving the Hocassin community. We couldn't be more thrilled.
Now, we've shown you all kinds of things as far as today made the show easy for you because we've shown you things that once you do it. Now, if you get into the birds, you can't just feed them once. They're going to expect this on a regular basis. I kind of brace my heart when I get in there and I can't I can't feed them. I mean, there's a reason I can't get out there. And I come home and I see them all. It's like they're starving to death.
Looking at their watch, I'm like, I ran out. I'll be back.
What did I? What did you do before I came along? Was my question to them. But it's just a lot of fun, and I thank you so much for adding that to my life. And if you want some enjoyment, just come up and get involved with this, and see. You're going to find yourself. We got the book. We know the different birds, and I've got the northern flicker. Nobody else has on theirs.
That's where it is. Thanks.
But I
don't even know what it is, but I want it.
Yeah, but we got so many of them, different birds and stuff, and it's through you guys that kind of guide us at different feeds and stuff as you go. So the knowledge is here on this side as well on the flower side. If you have any questions whatsoever, once again, just pick up the phone and call for more information, or better yet, stop by.
And they can also visit our website at birdandbarrow.com for a lot of helpful tips and archived information.
I want to thank Lindsay once again for so much for taking her time out. She had another customer to run over and chit-chat with real quickly and everything. But I want to come back through and just start at the back end of Bird and Barrow and kind of give you an idea of what you're going to find, because we talk about it, and there's so much here. You can't see it all as far as what they have. Of course, we talked about that steeple last time we was in here and using that for the birdhouse. But just looking around, I mean, I don't care what you're into. You said collectibles. You do have collectibles in here.
Yeah, well, I count this as like more like a gift for somebody else part of the room, because that out in the front you can kind of, it's like to your own taste. But back here you've got games like Birdopoly instead of Monopoly. You have little clothes you can buy.
You are a smart guy. I just figured that out. You are correct. This is the perfect room to come in and just find that perfect gift for somebody. A little watering can.
Little watering can, cookbooks. Candy, little bug jars for your nephews or nieces, your grandkids.
Gardeноpoly.
Gardeноpoly.
You got Birdopoly. I want to be sure I got mine. But, yeah, just little things. I mean, just shirts even. I mean, the windmills, it's all here. Bags, umbrellas, gift ideas throughout the Bird and Barrow.
Made all out of bark. And it looks like snakeskin even, but
I believe that is correct.
And it's for photos, a photo album.
Yeah, so just something a little. Yeah, it's just something a little different when you're coming down through here. I want to remind everybody once again, we're here, the brand new Richardson's at Walker Farm Bird and Barrow, okay? And when you talk about that, as you pull onto the property and come up to the entrance that's where you're going to find it. And the first room you're going to walk into is this room right here, which I think is absolutely, spectacular what you're able to find here when you talk about yard decorations and then birds. I mean,
yeah, this place amazes me with everything that's here. From binoculars to look at your birds, to the houses that will draw the birds here, to hanging garden hangers, to, I don't know, look, is your house big enough for that birdhouse?
I was just, it caught my eye too as we come back over here, because it is for sale. I'm going to have to get Lindsay when she finishes with a customer here and chit-chat about that for my back here.
Like, what are the blue martin, purple martins?
I think my wife would say that's it. I believe
you would be done.
I believe I'd be going out of the house. I mean, yeah, but no, that's nice. I like that. We're going to have to look into that. But as you come back down through here, I mean, when it comes to the birds, it's all here for you. And then we don't forget about it. I always say, when you have a problem with squirrels, don't stop them. Feed them.
Yeah.
That's it. Just give them enough to eat on their own, and they don't bother your bird stuff.
Well, that's right. Look, and they happen to have all that here. It's funny you mentioned it. Like, look at the different ways there is to feed a squirrel so that you can still have your birds, and the birds are taken care of.
And then you put this up in the tree and get one nested in there, and you can watch them.
Oh, no way. Is that what that is?
That's what I'm figuring it is.
I like that. That's a good idea. My kids would love it.
Yes, and what birds would, the squirrels would love it even more. Think about it. Weatherproof, no more. Get out, fix the ceiling again. It's not happening. It's going to be a nice little home for them. But they got anything and everything as you come down through here. But the main thing when it comes to birds and taking care of birds, I love the chimes too. Don't forget about those yard decorations. But you can have all that other stuff that you want. But if you don't get the seed, and that's what I want to remind everybody. They do carry, what a selection they have. They carry, especially, their number one brand is the Wild Delight. That's what they feature, that's what they carry, and it really works.
Yeah, yes, it does, because I've seen the amount of feeders that you've now acquired out in the back of your yard. So, I'm down to 2. I got 2 plus a hummingbird, but this, I need to invest in this, especially with this frequent buyer club. I'm sure you're a member.
I am.
But this should probably be it, because it gets costly to go to the grocery store and buy bags. Like the 2-pound bag, that's gone in a day and a half now.
Yeah, and I'm just reminding you, there's so many different birds to take care of out here. It's so many different ways, and there again, the helpful hands that you get when you come in here, and the knowledge that you get. And I love coming out here, and I'm going to throw that camera all off if I do that, but it's absolutely gorgeous out in the back area there. Kevin found something else to get over here, so don't panic, Eddie. But as we get back over here, what is this?
That looks to be like a birdhouse, but kind of like an old-fashioned phone with the old-fashioned electric conductors and everything. And this is so cool.
Yeah, well, Frank, we said don't forget about everything else. We're out of time. We'll see you next time. Once again, Richardson's at Walker Farm. Definitely check it out, because it doesn't get any better than this as far as just looking around and shopping and having a good time. Bring the kids. Everybody enjoy it. The flowers, the birds, everything. Until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.